It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or somewhere in between. Your feet are going to hurt if your boots don't fit. What's more, your feelings might hurt if they're unattractive. Well, Rob Wiles met a craftsman in Brentwood who can handle both issues. His name is Wes Shugart, and he hand makes boots that look as good as they feel.
Wes Shugart was a very successful builder who had an issue that led to a life change.
I quit drinking and I needed a hobby. And so sitting there looking around, loved shoes, decided to learn to make cowboy boots. Love cowboy boots the most. Grew up on a farm in North Georgia mountains. So I went out west and learned to make boots from a third generation bootmaker by the name of Dina McGuffin.
She is one of a handful of women bootmakers whose boots are recognized as being functional and beautiful, just what Wes wanted to do.
I'm making something that's comfortable, something that's long-lasting, that people can either wear to work every day, whether you're sitting behind a desk or, you're riding horses every day. Somebody once told me the most important things that you should have is a good mattress and a good pair of boots. Because it's the first thing you think about when you wake up, it's the last thing you think about when you go to sleep is your foot and your back.
And so everyone who buys boots from Wes winds up right here where I am, getting their feet measured.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this down. All right. Fit is subjective. Everybody believes that this is the way I like my boots to fit. So you have to get to know that person and see what their style is, what they feel is comfortable. And while you're measuring your feet, you're getting their personality, because you're fixing to lead them through the process of a one-of-a-kind boot. Foot straight up.
All right.
There we go, drop her down.
All right.
There you go.
This is kind of a personal, sort of intimate experience to have somebody massage your feet.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call it massaging.
Sorry about that.
No, that is not massaging.
It felt good.
Yes,
So,
I'm feeling your feet. I'm seeing what your issues are.
After the measuring is finished, Wes and the boot buyer settle on a design. Comfortable, of course, but Wes has a theory about men and cowboy boots.
People say the reason why men wear cowboy boots is because they like high heels and flashy colors. And that's why they wear them.
And you can get them as pretty as you want.
I carry from, I guess, what we would call entry-level work leathers, pig skins, bull hides. Then I carry casual dress leathers of water buffalo, French calves, regular calf skins. I carry kangaroos, ostriches, alligators. I keep a wide variety of leathers. I don't do elephant and a couple of other species, but I've got a good array. You want a brown, I've got 30 different shades of brown for you to choose from.
When the measuring and choosing are finished, creation begins.
First thing I do is I build the last. The last comes first. Everything is centered around the measurements and the outlook of the foot. So I build the last first, see what needs to be done, see if there's any special patterning processes. At that point I go through and I pattern the skins, create the tops, cut them out, stitch them, assemble them. There we go. Then I move on to the insole and I create the insole and I mold it to the bottom of the foot along the feather line. I create the channels to stitch it all together. At that point, the boot is ready to be turned and it's ready to be lasted. I then last the boot and start what we call the bottoming process. We put the welt on, I put the sole on, I stack the heels one layer at a time, little leather stacks, and wood peg them. I use no nails in my process. Everything is wood pegged. Then I shine them up and send them out.
Just about the whole process is done by hand. Wes says that's the way to do it.
If you want to create a boot that lasts and create a boot that's serviceable, there's no better way to do it than do it by hand. When you do something by hand, they always talk about the love and the passion of it, but you are concentrated on it, and you're focusing your energy on making that the best possible functional footwear that you can make, as well as creating beauty with it.
All the time and talent that go into these boots before your feet do means that Wes's boots are not inexpensive, but
The cool thing about what I do is if you take care of your boot and your sole wears out, I can put 3 soles on there, then the welt wears out, and I put a new welt on there. If you take care of your boots, even though you're walking around in the muck, they'll last you almost a lifetime.
so when you think about it, these boots are really more than footwear.
I'm creating functional art. I feel like a cowboy boot should root you to the ground, yet it should flow up, like a flower, like a plant. And if you look at most designs, they're either flora or fauna. And the goal is to make the person stand taller, stand prouder.
That's a lot to ask from a pair of boots, but go ahead and ask. Wes Shugart's boots are up to that challenge.